Welcome, Aquarius, to your May 2023 reading. Thank you for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings to all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button, put new subscriber in the comment section below, and then put free mini reading please, or new subscriber, need your assistance on this question, something to that effect, and just give me the question. Now, the reason I ask you to put new subscriber is because I'm opening it up for everyone else to ask a question as well. Now, for everyone else, you don't have to subscribe. You can already be a subscriber. You can be a first-time viewer. Whatever the situation is, you will get to ask your question as well, and I'll give you a yes or a no answer, or just shuffle my cards and give you the short answer message that comes out. But for all new subscribers, you will get that more in-depth reading. Now let's start. Now this month I'm using the Druid Craft Tarot deck, and I was really drawn to use it this month. So there could be some specific images here that mean things for you. So just look at the images and allow your own intuition to give you whatever messages come out specifically for you as well, because obviously it is a general reading and it will mean different things for different people. Now, the interesting thing with your reading is you start out with a card of Justice, and Justice, the card of Justice, represents the star sign Libra. And not only that, you start out with the Justice card, which is Libra, and you end with the Queen of Swords card, which I also read as a Libra here. So for some of you, there is a very significant Libra in your world playing a part. But the Justice card, let's get to that. Now, this card is talking about you. If you are involved in any legal issues, if you are involved with signing contracts or going court about something, this is a really, really good sign. Usually that means that things will be in your favor. Things will be quite positive. But Justice, obviously, it does refer to all legal types of situations that may arise for you in May. And, you know, Justice is all about coming back into balance. You know, it's the scales of justice, and balance is coming back into your life, which is quite nice. And this could have to do with your finances. You have some pentacle cards showing up here, but this is about choice as well, and decisions and judgments. So things that you might be having to make a judgment or decision on here could be quite significant in May for you. But it's also Justice, you know, you have the sword of truth, and you see Justice in this particular image is holding that sword up, and there is clarity coming in here for you. Particularly, you've got the balance as well, the Justice at the beginning and the Queen of Swords at the end. This is definitely talking about balance coming back into your life in May, which is lovely. Fairness as well is another word that's really associated with the Justice card. Things are going to be fair and up on board here. But I feel like definitely when the Justice card, particularly in this deck, when the Justice card shows up, it is time to make a decision about something. And it could be a time to make a decision or a choice, but not out of a reaction, you know, not out of an emotional reaction, but, you know, really think things through. I mean, you are an air sign. You are all about the intellect, the mind, your thoughts, communication. So you are really good at being able to make a very clear decision without emotion involved here. So this is I feel, going to be something that isn't too difficult for you. But this, you're asked to really act with honesty and with integrity. And by doing that, that is kind of what justice is demanding. That's all they want, just honesty and integrity. And if you can be honest, particularly in regard to a choice or a decision, don't do what maybe your heart is telling you. In this instance, think about it logically and do what the right thing is to do. And again, this is really asking you to be your true, authentic self. There's no need to be worrying about what other people think of you. Just be yourself, be open, be honest. And if you are making a decision, there's a saying that comes up here, and it's to thy own self be true. So be true to yourself. Don't be worried about what people think, the external world. Just do what's right for you here. Now, for some of you, you might actually be called up to be accountable for your actions. So that's why you are really asked to act with honesty and integrity, because you don't want to have people making judgments about the way you react or behave in any way. I feel like, it's definitely a time here for you to weigh things up. It is this, that whole scales thing. And, the Queen of Swords is almost mirroring this. Here you are, and it's, weighing up. You've got one at the beginning, one at the end. It's quite, there's synchronicities here, Aquarius. I feel like, you're at this place where you are sort of weighing things up. Now, this could, as I mentioned earlier, have something to do with your finances or your career. For a lot of you, you've got the Five of Pentacles here, and for a lot of you, you may be feeling a little left out in the cold in terms of your finances here. It almost feels like some of you may have lost out, or there could even be an ending to your position at work. There's sort of like, could be some, you either have gone through some losses in terms of your wages or something there. But I feel like justice is coming in to fix this issue more than anything. I think like with this particular card, in a traditional deck, you would see someone who has been unwell. They are standing out in the cold. They're injured. It's snowing. And right behind them is the light of a beautiful the light shining through a beautiful stained glass window of a church. And this card actually often says, even though you're feeling left out in the cold, even though you think things have been quite, there's been hardships or there's been crisis that's been going on in your life, there's actually a solution here. And if you just go around the corner, just like the character in the cards, into the church, there is solace there, there's warmth, there's people who can help you. And I feel like in the time of the Five of Pentacles, this is really saying, it's really saying that there's things coming in here. Things are coming back into balance in terms of you feeling this hardship or this loss or this being left out in the cold, and justice is coming in for you. It's quite positive energy, even though the Five of Pentacles there, it's in between the Justice card and the Nine of Cups. You know, one of my favorite cards of the deck, which is that wish come true card. It is, it's almost like if you have been struggling with money, there's this wish coming in for you, and then it leads into that Ace of Pentacles, which is brand new ways of you making money, new money coming in, new abundance here coming in. And I feel like yeah, I'm definitely thinking that money has been an issue here. Sorry guys, I was just listening for a minute there. I thought I heard something. But the Nine of Cups, you know, from that feeling of loss and hardship in the Five, you've got contentment and achievement and a realization of your dreams here. So you've really struggled through this and things are working out. This is a time of enjoyment now and celebration. It's quite, you're really emotionally happy as well. There's a lot of healing going on here, and someone might be maybe missing from your life, or you might be feeling a little bit alone when the Nine of Cups shows up in a reading. But I feel like having been through the sort of difficulties in the past that you have, you are going to be able to surround yourself with close relationships and warmth from those around you. That person that you feel that is missing from your life, you are feeling nurtured by those around you. So it's quite nice energy there for you, having gone through the difficulties of that Five of Pentacles as well. But wow, the Ace of Pentacles, another such fortunate card. This is a beautiful card as well. This is a card of, again, financial gain, material benefits, and deep peace. You are really being able to, as I said, it's like balance has been restored in feelings where you've been feeling a little bit lost, a bit left out, a bit sad. That is completely changing. And for a lot of you, this just talks about a job offer or a promotion or a salary increase here for a lot of you, or even in an inheritance. And you know, for some of you it can even be a windfall. So you know, maybe go out and buy a $2 lottery ticket or something. You know, don't break the bank, but there could be a nice chunk of money coming in here for some of you, particularly if you have been going through a legal issue, fighting a bit of a legal battle. You might win there and get some money out of that. So that's quite nice. But yeah, just could be a new contract or career for some of you. And the fact that you've got Justice and the Queen of Swords, there could be contracts being signed. You could be just renewing your existing contract. So it could be some good news there as well. And I feel like in terms of relationships, when the Ace of Pentacles turns up, this is a really well-grounded, secure, peaceful and enduring relationship that could be coming in for some of you, or that you might be in with someone as well. Could be this air sign. I was going to say could be a Libra, absolutely, but this is a general reading, so any air sign, so a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius like yourself. Now you have the card, and I can't even say the word, I can't even pronounce the word in that is written here. It's the Feralt, I don't know, but this is the card of oh, I've just gone blank. I'll think of it. This card is a card of in a traditional deck that would be we call it balance in some decks, but this talks about fluency between worlds. This is creativity, this is harmony, this is peace, this is alchemy and magic. So this is you. This is temperance in a traditional deck. I do apologize, it just popped into my brain. This is you really playing a big part in how things turn out in your world in May. And you are the one that's actually creating harmony, creating balance in your world. And this is really a great energy. It's similar to the magician in the sense that you are playing with alchemy. You know, you are blending and molding things in your life together to get them just the way you want it to be, to get the outcomes to be just the way you want them to be. And this is almost like you're maintaining this balance within you. You're being quite patient as well when it comes to the resolution of some issues that have been going on in the background of your life as well. But you know, you're patiently waiting and you are doing what you can in the background, and because of that, I feel like you will be rewarded and things are going to be brought back into harmony. This is a real deep peace coming in here, and there's a lot of inspiration here as well. And as the card says, you know, there's magic in this card, because you know, when you can turn, you know, base metals to gold like alchemists used to try and do, it's almost magical that things like that can happen. So, you know, if you look at the imagery here, this person is pouring potions and mixing them in a big cauldron and making a spell almost. And, you know, you've got the wish come true card in your reading, Aquarius. So please, make spells as much as you can, because you're going to get what you want here. It's quite nice, just contentment. And it's also about things flowing from the unconscious mind to the conscious selves. You know, there's this kind of communication here with the unconscious. So really be open to that as well, Aquarius. Really open up. Now, for a lot of you, I feel like you've really been feeling the need to have to squirrel money away here. You've got the Four of Pentacles, and this is that card of it's a card of, yeah, just kind of building your wealth and building security, you know, doing some financial planning, or even building a business for some of you here. You know, I feel like for a lot of you, you're using the power of the earth wisely, so to speak, and you're ensuring that you've got strong foundations for the future. And I definitely feel this is in terms of either your career or your finances for both of you. For both of those, for some of you, both of these issues do apply. Now, but for a lot of you as well, you be careful not to make this a preoccupation of yours, you know, to be constantly worried about every cent, about every dollar, and locking it away and hoarding it when you don't have to. You know, you're feeling like, for a lot of you, that there could be you might just lose it all. But this is actually, for a lot of you, a feeling that is coming from within. It's almost like this inner loss that you are feeling over something that has happened in your life. Could even be when you were a child, could even be in a past life. But this is like an inner loss that you're feeling, or even an inadequacy. And this reflects itself in having to hoard what you have, when really no amount of hoarding is ever going to make that feeling of loss or inadequacy heal, unless you open up and be honest with yourself, which is, I guess, the messages that's coming through in Justice and the Queen of Swords as well. But really allow yourself to heal those wounds of feeling like that, and that will get rid of this constant need to hoard your money. But for a lot of you, this can even reflect, and not for a lot of you, I should say, for some of you, because I'm not actually seeing that here, but for some of you, it also expresses itself. The Four of Pentacles expresses itself within a feeling of loss of compassion almost. It's this thing inside of you that outwardly you are feeling that, or there's almost like a withholding of affection in relationships sometimes as well, because of these feelings that are within you that need to be healed. But ultimately, this is you trying to build something for the future. You are putting things away for the future, which is really good. And in a way, I feel like you're really taking control of your finances. So if any of you have been struggling in any way, you are the one that's taking control. You're putting things in order. You are making lists. You're organizing. I can see you making a budget. You're organizing your funds wisely, and really seeing what position you are going to be in for the future here. You've got that Lord card, which is the Emperor. This is an Aries here in your life as well, and this person can be quite instrumental in that Nine of Cups. So you might be feeling some real joy and happiness in regards to an Aries in your life, or they could be bringing you a lot of joy and happiness into your life. But the Lord is really a powerful energy. This is the card of the Emperor, and the Emperor it's a card of leadership, and I do feel like and it's a card of protection. So I feel like you are the one that are feeling like you need to protect and preserve and provide for your family, and it's also a card of accomplishments, but very much a card of order, putting things in order and putting things right here. And it is, as I said, quite powerful energy. But this is you sort of building structures for success in the future. I do see that linked with the Four of Cups. I feel like Four of Pentacles there, sorry. I do feel like you are putting plans in place for the future. It's lovely. Yeah. Now this can also just represent a boss in your life as well that is giving you some really happy news when it comes to your career. I feel like things are, if there have been any conflicts or issues there, that's all healing. If you have had any conflicts or issues with this Aries, there is some wonderful happy news coming in there as well. Now, your final tarot card is the Queen of Swords. Now, this is very much your energy, Aquarius. You are quite comfortable in this. This is independent, graceful, analytical energy, and this describes that that sort of person as well. Now, the meaning of this card, though, is really there is a need here for you to be objective. And for a lot of you, you might be getting involved in an intellectual endeavor. You know, that really stimulates you, Aquarius. Your mind, you are an intellectual. That's how your mind thinks. So you might want to start some sort of project that really feeds that part of you. But this is a great card if you're needing to communicate. It's a success in communication. If you're writing something, if you've got exams coming up, if you're in politics, you need to debate something. Again, legal issues, anything to do with contracts. This is such a positive card here coming in for you that is really letting you know that there is success and balance coming back in for you in May. Now, your final card from the Gateway Oracle deck is Rising Above. And if you look at the affirmation on the card, I don't know if you can see it there, it is, I see only beauty and grace. And the meaning of this card is, let go of the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. You have potential that you haven't even begun to tap into. This is the time to reach higher than ever before. So do not fall down before doubt. Remember your true calling. The universe wants you to know, just as the lotus rises out of the mud into the light, so you are rising up to even greater heights. Sometimes this occurs naturally and sometimes it's an act of will. This is the time to rise above any situations that's not empowering. Even if there are some people you might leave behind, let your light shine for all to see. Rise up and step into your potential. You are indeed a healer, a teacher, a leader. Wow, I actually see this so connected with the Justice card here. I feel like, you know, you need to be true to yourself, Aquarius, and regardless of what anyone else thinks, regardless of people that you, as it says just there, you may need to leave behind that aren't, you know, that aren't jumping on the boat. They aren't jumping on the bus and coming for the ride, you know. You just have to be true for yourself. And if people want to support you and go along with your plans, then all well and good. Otherwise, you know, that they get left behind in a way. And that's not, I hope that doesn't sound too brutal there, but I feel like this is something that you are really needing to do. You need to put yourself first here in May, Aquarius. But yeah, beautiful energy of that Nine of Cups. You got that wish come true. So I hope that resonated with you. It went so long. For some reason, when I use these cards, the readings always tend to go a bit longer. But there's a lot of messages that do come through. So take me up on my offer of that free mini reading, or just simply ask questions. I'm happy to shuffle my cards for you. So have a great month, and I hope to see you next month.